Everybody, how are you? Good afternoon. It is that wonderful topic of ours today. Think of it, our finance in turbulent times. I am your host, everyone. Welcome to the session of finance in turbulent times. Hello, everybody. I am your host, Tessa-Marie, and I am so glad you have taken time for yourself today, to drop by. It's time for yourself. I have an announcement on Saturday's show. I am going to have Ryan Elliott. He's a tax expert and he does all the taxes and what I don't know, I bring in an expert. So Ryan will be here with you guys on Saturday at 1 p.m. So join us. It's going to be fabulous. So since you are here and it's that time, let's get the show on the road. It is finances in turbulent times. Let's talk about something that affects all of us. How we spend our money, how we spend our money. In this fast-paced world, the biggest question asked before any purchase should be, is this a want or a need? We should always ask that question. Stick with me, guys, for the next few minutes. Stick with me. I have the answer for those things. I am a financial expert. Certificates to prove it. I worked for TD Bank for a number, decades, actually, and they trained me. They taught me. I am coming to you from inside out. TD Canada Trust trained me. It was a great time, challenging, but they trained me. They trained me and they paid me and they paid for the training and then they promoted me. So now I am here to tell you, hey, I have the answer for financial situation in turbulent times. We went through 2008. We went through times before that, and we came out ahead. So what I'm here to say to you is this. Stick with me for the next 20 minutes or so. You will live empowered and control of your finances. And clear. We constantly are bombarded with temptations. One click buy, same day delivery. Wow. One click buys. Same day delivery, buy now, pay later. It's emotional, it's mental, and yes, it becomes financial. They know we are scared. They know we are in these turbulent times. They understand it perfectly. They follow us around. They know our keystrokes. They know everything. They sense us. We speak about what it is we do. And we spend money, so quickly in a world that is just marching on and anger and frustration. And it's time we control this. It's challenging, of course. It's not easy to be able to control your money in turbulent times, trust me. We are constantly bombarded with those things. They tell us, after all these decades at TD Bank, I saw this every day, every day. People weren't challenged just because of income. They were challenged because they weren't aware. We have to make ourselves aware. Hello, everybody on TikTok and YouTube. How are you guys feeling this afternoon? It's me, Tessa-Marie. Finance in Turbulent Times. It's a series I'm running, so stick with me. I have some really breakthroughs for you. So let us look back. Take a little back of awareness and see what we can do with it. We are sitting there and people are still not aware. They're telling us the cost of food and all of that is getting higher and higher. And we're still not aware. We cannot do anything about it. All we can do truly is mind our business and be aware of what we are doing for ourselves. As I said, when we make a decision, we have to ask this question or going to make the decision. Is this a want or a need? Does that have to go in a certain place in my life? Do I have to have it? Today, we take back our awareness. I'm telling you, take back being aware. We are connected emotionally and financial in the pillar of prosperity to build a true financial power for ourselves. We can connect and do that in the pillar of emotional and financial prosperity, put them together. You see, guys, what I know for sure, nobody came along and taught us how to do this, how to live a fulfilled life. They told us that we should make as much money as we can. And if we concentrate only on making money, we are losing 80% of the rest of the stuff we need to do to live a proper, stable financial and fulfilled life. So emotion takes a blow. The true power of financial prosperity is watching our emotions taking that blow. The emotions take the blow. The spending trap. There is a spending trap, you know. Let's talk about how we get caught in the spending trap. COVID was the mastermind, yet COVID wasn't tugging at us with physical force, but emotional force. COVID made food delivery, online sales, monthly subscriptions, and all of that a silent a killer. As COVID was, COVID made those things also a silent financial killer. Are you with me in that? Hang on, you know, because I'll explain this to you really good. So during COVID, we got caught up. You cannot go duck, hide. Food delivery online, sales online, monthly subscriptions. You don't have to do anything. Your water should come to you through a little whatever, you know? Just as silent as killer was COVID, COVID caused us to create a financial silent killer. We didn't check it. That little click releases a dopamine. That's what it does, dopamine, right? That's the trap. So here's your new go-to question. Is this a want or a need? Here's your question. Dopamine. That came in so easily because that little click. COVID came silently and killed. And because it came silently and killed, it taught us how to use our finances and let it kill us, our finances silently too. Caught, click, food delivery online, sales, monthly subscription, everything online. You don't even have to open the door when they show up. They take a picture of the door and the item, it's there. I dare you question it wasn't delivered. So let's take a breath. Before you click, don't click so fast. Let that question guide your decision. You know that new question you just found out that should be your best buddy? When you go to the dollar store to get 2 little cards for a birthday and you come out and you forgot to take a card because you really went in to get a card for your friend's birthday. But no, you didn't. You came out, you have these sayings, oh, I need that toilet bowl. Oh, this is good. And you're then on the counter. At that moment, you know you can leave it, right? You know, at that moment, you can look at that bundle of stuff that you came not to buy, but emotionally, you thought you needed all of this. You came for a birthday card. Get the birthday card and get the hell out of the dollar store. Ask yourself the question, is this a need or a want? That is your new friend. That amazing question. Should I go or should I stay? Should I buy this or should I leave it behind? Take time. That little click releases a dopamine at home. But that's a trap. And there is another trap at the dollar store. It is so available. $1.25, $2, $1.50. What is that? But they add up. My friend, you know, I'm going to call her name because Joan, she decided, you know what? Going to the dollar store. And then she's calling me, Tessa-Marie, I cannot believe I spent $80 at the dollar store. I had just said to her, we need to go see Lion King again. I said, I can't do that, Tessa-Marie. I can't do that. I am on this budget. I said, what happened to your budget? That you were so, you know how a budget frightens you, right? So I said to her, you can't return it, right? She said, no. And then she stayed on the phone trying to convince me she made a mistake. And I said, well, you shouldn't do it again. How many times have you done that? So I said, you just do what you have to do and ask yourself the question, is this a want or a need? Here's spending plan power. Those of you who do not know about a spending plan, then check me out. Did you see what I did when my friend Joan was talking about her financial, like, her regret and at the dollar store, and she's on that word, the budget. Think of it, those of you that are old enough, I don't know if it still exists, the budget car rental company. Why was it budget? Because it was small, it was tight, it was inexpensive, and it wasn't the best of cars, was it? So a budget is not your friend. Stop saying you are on a budget. You're not on no damn budget, because have you noticed you go on the budget and the budget doesn't want you to ride it? It kicks you off and you're off the budget. That is because you didn't make it. Have you take a look? Google budget and look and see where savings is. Savings is the last item on the budget. And then budget tells me I'm on a diet. I can't have this. I can't do that. I can't go here. I can't stop here. Really? So this woman here decided, you know what, Tessa-Marie? That's it. I am not doing budget. Budget don't like me. It's like a bucking horse. So I went and I created something called a sustainable financial spending plan. You create it according to you. It is blank. All I do is guide you. And guess who is number one? So you have to create it now. I am here to tell you that when I decided I wanted to live a fulfilled life in my 20s, I could only afford to save $1.75, $1.75. Do not think it's 175.75. And guess what? It wasn't easy because the income was just as tiny, 2 people, and that's all we could save. But you know what? We pushed through and we brought it to $2 and $2.25. And today, 23 to 78 years old, the house we bought that the root was $1.75, guess who is sitting in it talking to you? We had to start somewhere. A spending plan includes needs, wants, saving, and giving. Number one, when you go to the gurus, because I talk for the ordinary, common little person. My book over here, Controlling the Debt Monster, that book is for the regular little Joe Blow that doesn't understand the high finance. I am not going to take your money or teach you to invest on the stock market, but I will prepare you to do it and to do it in style. So that's why I start from the scratch, the bottom. That's where I started. I am not sitting there dressed in purple, pink, and makeup and all of that because that's how I came. No, I had to put the work into it. I had to create the 5 pillars of prosperity for you because nobody told us we needed 5 things to be working for us to live a fulfilled life. Nobody. They said, go do it. They said, well, you have to work on one, finance. Yeah, but that is just 20%. Emotional is that's causing us the wreck we are in right now. Physical, mental, spiritual. Some people I talk to and I know and friends and family, they tell me that money is evil. It's in the Bible. Tessa-Marie, it's in the Bible. I don't want to be rich. I said, well, what do you want? I just want to be comfortable. I said, but what is comfortable to you? They cannot explain it to me because comfortable means you have to be rich to have enough money to do all the things you desire to do. That's what comfortable means. So we have to make sure we have a plan that puts us first. I know we're talking about money and you spending, but that $10 you're spending at the dollar store that you don't need to spend at the supermarket because you're standing waiting for the cashier to take her time to run through the things, go through the what you call it, self-serve. So nobody's going to tempt you there. And get out of that. That's a good tip, isn't it? Take that $10 and point and click on your bank's website, your financial institution website, and say, take $10 every payday for me, please, thank you. I know it is a small route. I know it's going to take time. But how do you feel when you're 78 and you can do everything you want to do for yourself, including not being on prescription medication? Because I took those 5 pillars and I created the formula and I tested it on me and my brothers and sisters, my friends, even my neighbors. I taught 25-year-old Patrick how to buy his own house as soon as he graduated from HVAC school. And there he is today. So there are people I took and I put on that plan. And during COVID, guess what? The key word was sustainable. So when the money was over here for car maintenance or vacation or this or that, we couldn't go, and the housing was low, boom, they were able to buy a house because they took all the little accounts and put it together, down payment, sustainable. They were sustainable. You know, you rock with the earthquake. In Peru, their windows are like this so that it rocks. If you stand up straight, you'll fall. But that's what they did. So what I'm saying, a financial plan gives you freedom. It gives you permission to say yes or no with confidence. That's what I teach you. Let's do a quick checking. Think about your last purchase. Was it a want or a need? Write it down. Be honest with yourself. Write it down in your mind's eye. Write it down on your head. I sold out. And Jay, somebody, write it down. Write it down. Be honest. Use a 24-hour pause rule before spending on non-essentials. So there you have an essential list of things you have to have. You must have food, medication if you need it. You have to have those things, right? You must have water. You must have this. Do you need another subscription on your TV for another station or another whatever they're called? Do you need another one? Will you use it? Are you going to use it? Or is it something your friend told you there's a great show on it and you just have to, that $15 a month, come on, man. Multiply it by 12. I know it's not a lot, but I am going to give you a piece of work. Pull out your computer calculator right now. $20 times 52 times 18 years and tell me, no, you did not increase the $20 to 21 or 22 or 24, or if we bring it $1 a year for the next 18 years. So you never got to $38 a year. You started at $20 a month, a week, and you kept it like that. You never looked at it. Do the math. Consider now, had you been able to charge to each year at $5 a week, each year, you could, I know you could, but you choose not to do it. So try using prepaid cards just for fun money. Do not use money that you need for something else. When it's gone, it's gone. You can't do anything about it. Pause before you buy something that you believe is an essential thing. Is this a need? Is this a one? Can I do it without that? Turn off autofill. You see autofill? That's a lazy man's job. You're hiring somebody you're not going to pay to do a job for you, but you pay. Autofill is so easy. Tessa-Marie, autofill. Unsubscribe from tempting emails and track your weekly spending in a journal. I get so many emails and I just block them. I am from TD Canada Trust. I'm loyal to TD Canada Trust. They educated me, then they paid for my education to be a certified financial planner. Then they promoted me. Man, and because of that, I am here today. If I save just one of you, deal done. I did what Nelson Mandela asked us to do. Each one, teach one. So one of the things I want you to look at is, remember, mindful spending isn't about restriction. It's about intention. It's about your intention. How you spend affects how you feel. You hear that? Emotional prosperity. You feel good when you spend it. It's just nice. And then the bill comes, or you see the statement. You have statements, right? And you look at it, and I don't know, it's due in 2 weeks, right? And you start getting a headache, emotional. The first person that the baby cries and it upsets you. Your husband or your wife said something that upsets you. Your boss tells you that you need to work another half an hour, you lose it. Emotional prosperity is taking a hit. Think about it for me, people. Help me with this. How you spend affects you how you feel. Overspending often leads to regret, guilt, or stress. I gave you all three. Well, you know what? I am. If I hadn't done that, it's because of that. I did that. That's the regret guy speaking. When somebody is speaking to you about regret, watch what they do. They cross their leg at their knee, their body folds in, and they're talking to you. And they have that far away look in the eye. They're there though. They're telling you how the mistakes they made, but they're not with you. They're reliving the choice, the decision they made that's affecting them now. That's regret in action. You look at them, they almost look small and physically dry. Not because they are, but it's because the feeling that they put out there. Man, I really messed up. Or even when they call you to ask you to borrow money from you. Now, I know it's nice to lend, but remember this. My mother taught me that. She said, when you lend money to your friend or they borrow from you, you're going to lose two things. So if you have your friend needs a loan, you better be able to say, here, take it. Do not pay me back. Because in the process of giving them a loan, you will lose your friendship and with that, your money. And I knew that for sure. I have somebody very near and dear to me that did that. And the friend just stopped calling because they didn't want to pay them back. So you have to, all of that is watching your money, all of that. So and then watch your words, man. Your body and your senses and your finances can hear you. Oh, I'm so broke. I'm broke. You're not broke. Your friend is asking to borrow money from you. You just say this and repeat it after me. The money I have right now is allocated for something else. Can you just tell them that? The money I have, I don't say you're broke because you're not. And they know that. So that's why they're coming to you for the money. So just say, guy, don't say, I wish I could help because you don't want to help. Just say, the money I have is allocated for something else. So you have two things to think about. The other one was, is this a need or a want? Remember that. But the guilt now, I shouldn't have done it. I really feel about it. And the stress comes when the statement shows up on your computer or your iPad, your phone or your whatever, your device. And that's when the stress comes on. You're looking at the due date, you're looking at the pay, you're looking at the mortgage, the rent, the car insurance, the car payment, and then this credit card. You get angry and you're tossing and turning. Turbulent times, you have to think. You be aware of what you're doing if you have money. But when you are in control, you feel empowered, peaceful, and confident. When you realize there's some things I should and something I should not buy. When you come to that point, you feel, that you're empowered. I have a choice. And I'm calm about it. I made a good decision. And I'm not telling you your borrowing friend is not going to give you a hard time over it, but Sarah. Whatever will be, but you still have your money in your bank account. You are capable. You are in control. You're already on the path of prosperity. You have a job. You got this little lesson from me today. And on Saturday, I have a guest. Oh, I have Ryan Elliott from Ryan Elliott Tax Services, because today in the States is your last day to file. The 30th of April in Canada is the last day to file. In some cases, your lack of responsibility of not filing your taxes on time or filing your taxes, period, you're leaving money behind. Money that you could use to enable you to live a fulfilled life. So come on, Brian is coming Saturday at 1 p.m., Ryan, and I'm going to be pulling his mind and what you can do. If you have a small business, your expenses, do you want a sole proprietorship or do you want to have a corporation? What do you want? Ryan can give you the facts. That's his job. He specializes in taxes for individuals or for companies. You see, so I want you to have the tools you need to live a perfectly wonderful financial prosperity. You need to be healthy. So you have the power and the peace and the confidence. I can do this. So you're already capable and you're in control. You're already on the path to prosperity. I'm giving you one more platter Saturday at 1 p.m. Same time, same place. So let's have a little recap. Before you buy, ask if it is a want or a need. Is it? Stick to your plan. Pause before clicking. Please pause before clicking. If you go to the store, stick to your plan. You only came for bananas. Do you have a big bag of chips? Why at the dollar store you didn't even bring in a bag and they charge for a bag? And I know it's 10 cents or 20 cents or a quarter, but man, it's yours. I dare you to go back to that dollar store and buy something for $1 and give them 80 cents and tell me if they will take it. If they say it's okay, tell me. I want to go there too to shortchange them. They cannot do it because every customer they get away with a penny is 100 pennies is $1. $1 will take you to my $1.75 I was saving 56 years ago. Yeah. So, stick to your plan, save your money. Here's your affirmation. I'm leaving you with an affirmation. I am the master of my money. I spend with purpose. I save with discipline and I prosper with wisdom. Do you want to write that down? If you want to write it down, let's get your pen going. I'll go slowly. Yours, your affirmation, especially when you're feeling that the world is coming to an end for your money. I am the master of my money. I spend it with purpose. I save with discipline and I prosper with wisdom. Your bank will do the saving for you for free. They are disciplined over there. They have automatic discipline. You can tell them to do it every Friday and they're your slave. The bank is working for you for free. One time in your life is when you want to save money. They got this. No interest is charged to you for saving money because they got it. They will do it for free for you. So make sure that you show up and you do it automatically. And that's the new discipline. So affirmation again. I am the master of my money. I spend with purpose. I save with discipline. And I prosper with wisdom. You have wisdom now. You just got a dose of it. Use what you know. Just take one thing from today's 30 minutes with you. One thing. Pause before you spend and pause before you click and ask that magical question. Is it a need or a want? Mindful spending. Your challenge is to track every dollar you spend and reflect. On Saturday, come on YouTube because I cannot always see your questions on TikTok. They're too tiny. And tell me, ask a question. Talk to me on YouTube. Your challenge this week is to track every dollar you spend and reflect. What does that have to say about what you value? So you got your reflection. You write it down, how much you spend from today till Saturday or till next Wednesday. What does that say about what you value? I dare you, and I bet you, and I know for sure, there are going to be a few of you that will quit. You will not keep track for a whole week. I saw that with my customers at the bank. I saw how stressed they were. And when I asked them to just tell me how much money you owe so I can show you how to pay it off, and at the same paying it off and saving at the same time, I asked them, show me, tell me. And you know what? They couldn't. They're lying to me. Tessa-Marie, I think I only owe 2,000. until I check it and it's like 10 because they're so ashamed. So that person, when we do a sustainable financial spending plan and we put them at number one, they ask me, how come you put in the savings at the top? The savings should be at the bottom. That's a budget. I said, because the budget makes you feel you're a second-class citizen. Yet, all these gurus, they stand on YouTube, pay yourself first, and they don't show you how. They don't show you how. They just stand there and tell you pay yourself first. I have a tip for that, but I won't share it today. Next time I will share that. But what I'm telling you now, put your savings at the top. It's not this $500 a pay. Mine was $1.75. So I do not expect you to put more than $10 per item or $5 or $3 per item. Say, after you look at your spending or you decide, Tessa-Marie, I think I can put $20. Show me how you divide it in four. $5 for vacation account, $5 for Christmas account, $5 for car maintenance, $5 for buying a home one day. Yeah, mine was $1.75 for buying a home one day, and I'm here talking to you. So keep track of your spending and join me on Saturday. And remember, you are worthy of financial peace. See you soon. Ryan Elliott is coming. He's going to talk to us about all the tax things we need to know, why it's important to file your taxes, what you will do with that money, what you should do with that money will be my part. Why it's a waste of time to know you can get a refund, but you just wouldn't put it on because you're so busy doing what? Like Jay-Z said, when they say they have no time, it's like the new thing for adults. The dog ate my homework. I have no time, Tessa-Marie, to go to see Ryan to do the taxes. You don't have to see him. You can just send him the information or any tax person and they'll do it online for you. But you will use that money for a route for something better. And that's what I'm saying to you. Do not forget that you are worthy of financial peace, even in turbulent times. There have been turbulent times throughout history. Some of them, this one is a confusing one because it's everything. In 2008, it was there. Before that, in the 80s, it was there. But we all seem to come out of it and stand up and go forward because we have something in us. We are resilient. We are humans. If we make a plan and we stick to the plan, there are times we're going to fall off the horse. But yes, even great cowboys take a fall. But what do? Do they just give up? No, they get on that bloody horse and they ride it through town. So get your finances together. I am not going to teach you highfalutin finance. Controlling the Debt Monster was my first financial book. And I think and then that is it. And it's written for the ordinary person that just understands plain English. Even the print, I was very specific that the print shouldn't be tiny. I didn't want the print to be tiny. I wanted you to be able to read it on the subway. And that's what I did it for. I wrote it in 2002. When I saw how people were using money in the bank and it was just going and the spending, and then 2008 came and I had it published. And my manager at the time said to me, what are you writing? Saw me writing in the lunchroom. I said, I'm writing a financial book. And he looked at me and he said to me, don't you know how many financial books that are out there? And I said, yes, I do, but mine is different. And he walked away. And then fast forward 8 years later, he saw me, he said, I read your book. And when I went through the divorce, it gave me some pointers. I looked at him, I go, good. It wasn't a celebration, but you know what? It felt good. So I'm looking towards seeing you doing better. So join me on Saturday. And remember, you're with your financial peace. Ask some questions. Be bold. Ask questions. You will get answers real time. Have a great and wonderful afternoon. See you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the morning blessings. My friends on YouTube, thank you for joining me. I'm ending the stream with you. Have a great afternoon. See you tomorrow morning and on Saturday. And talk to you later. Bye. And my dear friends